come to mind whenever we get a midweek wrap-up like this one. Any idea what they are?
Do tell.
Fuck yeah!
Good couple of words. Welcome to the midweek wrap-up.
Uh-huh.
And Bootios are here to make sure that this show ain't booty.
Yeah, look at that.
Brand new centerpiece. We're going to be having a Bootios taste test video here very soon.
Yeah.
But for now, let's talk about NXT. We had a little bit of a jobbery week for NXT, but it was good. Building up the right people, building up for Brooklyn, which is just a few weeks away.
You know, just getting to see other people than, like, the norms.
Yeah.
Is kind of always fun. Like, seeing, like, new people who you maybe have shown up once or twice over the course of a few months, starting to show up on a fairly more frequent basis. I'm talking about you, Caesar Salad Maloney.
But what about people you've never seen before, like Ember Moon taking on Lady Tapa?
Yeah, no, for real.
I forgot Lady Tapa was a thing.
I didn't, but...
I mean...
I had no idea she was going to show up on NXT.
Yeah, no, and I mean... And she came straight out the gate with a big old clothesline, taking Ember down.
Yeah.
Playing the power game.
But Ember don't play no shit.
Ember don't play no shit. She ended up doing like a tornado suplex, and quickly followed that up with the Eclipse, and then...
She's doing all the spinny, twisty moves that fuck somebody up real bad.
She does it well. I mean, you do you.
Boo.
And then she also cut a killer promo saying that she wants to be the one to finally beat Asuka. And William Regal made that match a thing. So we will have the rematch between Asuka and Ember Moon for the NXT Women's Championship at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 3. Then we had Authors of Pain were supposed to go against David Ramos and Timothy Bumpers. That's a hell of a last name, dude. But AOP never got to the ring before Sanity dispatched both... Ramos and Bumpers. And then,
or as I like to call them, the Rubber Baby Buggy Bumpers.
Rompers. Because that's topical. Authors of Pain ended up running down to the ring, having quite the scuffle with Sanity. Ultimately winning the scuffle, taking out both Wolf and Dane. But Sanity wasn't exactly, like, down. They just kind of they felt like they made their mark, and that was all they really needed to do.
All they were trying to do was get under the skin of AOP.
Yeah, I loved the initial, like, them walking down and Nikki Cross just all of a sudden standing
in front of them.
Like,
it's very defiant.
Yeah, it's
a very small child standing in front of like a rhinoceros or something.
Yeah, Paul Ellering is the horn.
It's a very fragile horn.
Well,
Johnny Gargano won't super kick that horn.
Speaking of Johnny Gargano, he'll return to action next week. He'll take on Rahul Mendoza. I'm gonna let you say that name from now on. But Rahul Mendoza, say that. But
Rahul Mendoza
looks to make next week all about him and not Johnny Gargano.
Yeah, I kind of like... I like the way he twisted the promo.
Yeah.
In a way being like, hey, you know, oh, everyone's excited because next week's all about Johnny Gargano's return. But
right.
Maybe, what if it's not about his return? What if it's about Raul Mendoza?
Say it right.
So, it's like...
Say it right.
Raul Mendoza.
There we go.
It was a good way of being like, hey... I'm going to try and steal the show, but I'm also not going to try and sound completely like 100% an arrogant asshole about it yet.
Yeah. No, he was one of those guys that, you know, after we saw the CWC, we're like, that guy needs to stick around and do stuff.
Yeah,
he's
one of the guys that we liked a lot.
And the fact that he's had a couple matches on NXT, and he gets a chance to go against someone as talented as Johnny Gargano, why not make a big impact on something like that?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the match.
Me too, absolutely. We also had No Way Jose having a conversation in the parking lot with Selena Vega, which is the woman that has been appearing with Andrade Cien Almas, letting No Way Jose know that after he came down and tried to save Cesar Bononi last week, or a couple weeks ago, that he's relit a fire under Andrade Cien Almas that he can't dance away from.
Yeah. Interesting. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
We'll see.
And speaking of Cesar Bononi,
Yeah.
he took on the Velveteen Dream.
And let's talk about Cesar for a minute. He throws a nice drop kick.
The guy has got some things to throw around.
The dude has a lot of potential.
Yeah. He definitely isn't a full package yet. I mean,
I just hope he doesn't get completely squandered on becoming just a jobber to up-and-comer guys.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that he got that quick win over Andrade makes me feel like they have something set for him. So now he's one of those established names that we know can do stuff. We kind of learn a little bit more about what he's capable of every week, but he still doesn't have the ability to get that defiant win yet.
Yeah. I feel like he has the potential to be like one of the next Ty Dillinger-esque people.
Just really good a really good hand in the ring.
Yeah, and he's going to be a guy that the people are going to often start to get behind, even though you're going to be pretty certain that he's not going to win this match, sort of thing.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. But Velveteen Dream ended up hitting the Purple Rainmaker with a little bit of hip swivel and defeated Cesar Bononi. And then
Rick Rude, bitch.
And then kind of hit on the announcer, but told her that he didn't want to do stuff in front of the crowd, essentially. He was all for doing it somewhere else, just not in front of the ugliness that is the NXT universe.
Yeah, maybe a nice-dressed girl like you.
Yeah.
And then some
He's
people in the crowd were like, ooh, like that was sort of like a diss or something to her. I'm like, wait, no. He just complimented her on her outfit.
Yeah, no, it was one of those, it was kind of like underhanded for a second, and then he flipped it and he said the ugliness of the NXT universe, and that got a resounding boo.
Like, oh, no.
Yeah.
He wasn't actually making fun of her.
You fuck off, sir.
Yeah, sir, fuck off.
Yeah. Then we had an awesome promo from Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
Drew McIntyre, if you've never, for me personally, once he left WWE, the first big moment that made me, because I didn't like Drew McIntyre when he first came in. I despised the man. I thought he was awful. There were very few moments where I was like, okay, he's got something there. And then 3MB, he was funny, but I didn't really give a shit about the group as a whole until Hornswoggle joined them. But as soon as he got released from WWE and he showed up in IWC over in Europe, and the promo that he did where he ended with the here we fucking go, like his debut up to the end of that promo was some of the most impassioned work I've seen out of anyone in a long time. Mm-hmm. And I saw that same exact type of fire in this promo. And I loved hearing him talk about, the fact that he was in WWE at one point, and, he talks about how he was the chosen one, and he never made anything of it. And then when he left WWE, he realized he needed to do more work. He needed to, and he realized that he could live up to his potential by coming back to NXT. And then he added that extra, and in NXT, we work together, we make things work together, we are a unit here, except for one person. And I think this might be the closest thing we get to turning Bobby Roode heel, is just Drew's ability to get the entire crowd on his side in an instant. And I loved the resounding "We are NXT," and the whole crowd they ate it up.
Yeah.
And it's so much fun to watch.
This is something that I've been waiting for, because unlike you, right off the bat, I was a big Drew McIntyre fan, and I was really excited when I heard that they really wanted to push him really hard when he first showed up. And then him, along with The other dude who showed up just after him.
Which one?
Spanish guy. Who, like, had the fake fling with Vicky Guerrero.
Oh, Eric Escobar.
Yeah. They both ended up getting buried in a promo by DX.
I don't remember that.
They were part of Team SmackDown for like the first ever bragging rights Raw versus SmackDown match.
Really?
And
that's a long fucking time ago.
And DX were the co-captains of Team Raw.
Okay.
And they were running down everybody on Team SmackDown. They had like the Team SmackDown graphic, and the first guy popped up, and they talked about that guy and why he sucks. And then the last two people showed up, and it was Drew McIntyre and Eric Escobar, and they just straight up said, "We don't know who these guys are. Sorry." And I'm just like, oh, okay. I mean, I understand it's supposed to be funny, haha, but you took two guys who Vince was looking to really like push and do something with these two guys because they're both young and talented and like had a lot of potential, and you basically just like shit on them in their first opportunity to actually make something big happen.
Right.
You know, which I don't think they really did unintentionally. Again, I just think they were trying to make a joke.
Yeah.
At their expense, but it's really hard to pull that off against somebody who's like so new without completely diminishing their value.
Yeah. So, it's great. I love this Drew McIntyre. I am more interested in this version of Drew McIntyre than I was in the Chosen One. I think that name really was a put off for me. I don't like someone being called the Chosen One. It's good if you're trying to be a heel, but I just never really cared about him. But I like this Drew McIntyre, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing the dichotomy between him and Bobby Roode.
Oh, yeah.
Because they are complete fucking opposites. Speaking of complete fucking opposites, Kassius Ohno versus Hideo Itami was our main event.
Yeah. They look opposite.
Yes.
But they both hit similar.
Yeah, no, they beat the shit out of each other.
There was a lot of foot impact on human during this match.
A lot of major forearms.
A lot of this part of the anatomy and this part of the anatomy.
Lots of chops.
Making contact.
Yeah, no, it was there was nothing held back in this match.
They had some fun spots too, though.
And Hideo he's like this gimmick where he just progressively gets more and more angry through a match. I think it's a real benefit to him because it gives kind of a gear shift in his matches.
It gives him a depth that he didn't really have before on the
Yeah.
roster.
And so, watching him build up to that moment and going against someone who's just as hard hitting as Kassius Ohno, it's fun to watch him try and like battle back at that. And then when the signature moves start flying and people are getting knocked on their ass and getting back up, and then Kassius starts throwing those boots, Hideo's only got one other option.
Yeah, because he hit a big boot in counter to like Hideo charging at him for something, and then Kassius immediately went into a spin to hit the roaring elbow, but when he got back around to facing Hideo's foot was already making its upswing right in a well-placed shot to the oh no's.
I was hoping you'd say that. Ref saw it immediately, called for the bell. That actually turned the crowd, the crowd immediately booing. Still a very strong Hideo contingency. Yeah. But definitely a lot of negative reaction towards how the match ended. And then Hideo...
I think it was the same reason why they did that with Baron Corbin versus Nakamura at the Battleground, the one we just watched.
Battle Balls of Fire.
Yeah.
Great Balls of Ground.
Because I feel like this was a match, like at Battleground, we were like, okay, we want Baron Corbin and Shinsuke to go out there and have a great match. because we know that they're capable of doing it, but we don't want people to get on Baron Corbin's side.
Yeah.
So let's have them go out, have a really good match, and let's have him ruin it.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with this. They're like, you guys fucking go out there and kill it like you do, but end it with Hideo kicking him in the nuts, because all of a sudden it's not going to be like, yeah, these guys are beating the shit out of each other. It's going to be like, oh man, Hideo, why did you ruin a great match by kicking Kassius Ohno in the balls?
You don't get that closure to the match, because that's what you're building up to. That you're building up to that fall, and when it happens prematurely and it happens in a way that just leaves you like, ugh.
Then you have to go see a doctor.
Hideo continued to beat down Kassius Ohno, hit him with 2 go-to-sleeps, walked up the ramp and went...
3 GTSs in total.
Yes.
2 go-to-sleeps and 1 go-to-stairs.
Yeah, he walked back down, pulled Kassius out of the ring, and then dropped him face first onto the steel steps. And Kassius...
What a jerk.
Kassius was spitting and sliding down the stairs. And that's how we ended NXT.
Yeah, like a big drool gob.
He did. So let's move on to Lucha Underground.
And boy howdy, this Cueto Cup thing is just doling out some fucking stellar matches.
Yeah. No, this might be one of the best things that Lucha Underground has done.
Yeah.
And it gets better every week. Even when we have a rematch, like Tejano versus the Mac.
Yeah.
2 guys that killed it in the Battle of the Bulls. I mean, in the Battle of the Bulls, it was all hardcore matches, so there wasn't a whole lot of wrestling. It was just physicality. This was a fucking wrestling match.
Yeah, and it was great because they immediately started out with, like, busting out a lot of traditional lucha spots.
Yeah.
And chain wrestling, which... like, when you think of Tejano and the Mac, you don't initially right away go to, like, oh, you know, lots of cool little pass-arounds and, you know, lucha rolls and arm drags and shit.
Yeah,
you think of,
there was a wheelbarrow at one point.
Yeah. These guys fucking went out there and I feel like this was like hey, let's go out there and show, not like blow the load right away on any one given thing, but let's kind of show a little bit of every different place we land on the scale.
Yeah, they were able to show a new level of their capabilities in the ring, and I mean we know that both, especially the Mac, for being as big as he is, he's very agile. We see him doing topes all the time.
Yeah,
and so yeah, to see him actually go out there and have a very competitive, very respectful match.
Shook hands a couple times.
Yeah, like, this was complete opposite from their Battle of the Bulls match.
Yeah.
So
I think that match is what garnered the respect that went into this match.
They beat the shit out of each other enough. They're like, hey, you're cool in my book. Let's do this again.
Because that Vampiro was talking about that, like, kind of old school tradition where, you know, you work somewhere, you know, heavy manual labor thing, kind of like a shipyard or a lumber mill or something.
Yeah.
And then, you know, 2 guys could go take their week's pay or their day's pay and, you know, hang it on a pole and then slug it out with each other, and whoever wins takes home both guys' money, but they still leave as friends.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was extremely back and forth, very respectful until the end.
Yeah.
Mac was setting up for a stunner. Was pretty much in the driver's seat, about to win the match, until Famous B decides... What did he say? Did he call him partner? Like, he's like, hold on there, partner.
I think so.
He's in his whole fucking cowboy outfit. Mac turns around and he squirts him with a squirt gun. I'm sorry, Breezango did it first. Just saying.
Right now, it's kind of hard telling.
True, because we don't know when this
how far ahead this was taped.
Yeah,
a lot of this season of Lucha Underground that we're seeing now is taped before the hiatus.
True.
So maybe Breezango's got a mole in Lucha Underground.
It's Brenda.
Probably.
But
she's pretty fashionable.
Instead of giving the stunner to Tejano, he ended up
Famous Breezango.
Famous B got the stunner instead, which allowed Tejano to hit a big ol' hefty powerbomb on the Mac.
Hey, I'm gonna start calling it the Hefty Bomb.
The hefty bomb?
Yeah.
I like it.
Because Tejano's a hefty looking dude. He's got a very big torso.
Yes.
He's got a lot of back.
He's like a big old barrel.
Yeah, and he's got more back than most people.
He's got a lot of back.
He's got a lot of back.
And he's taking that back on to the next round of the Cueto Cup.
Yeah, and then we get our last match of the second round of the Cueto Cup. I'm pretty sure.
This might have been.
Yeah, this was the last match of the second round.
Yeah.
And again, let's just have like 3 pseudo main event style matches in a row. Number 2, Drago versus Pentagon Dark.
Yeah, this is something.
They killed it.
This is something that we saw a couple of times first season when everyone was starting to get comfortable with and really
start to establish gimmicks.
Establishing who was on the roster, and to see these guys in the situations they're in now.
Yeah, because they're both much more aggressive.
Yeah.
And in darker places than they were
way
back
darker
in season
places.
1.
And so you see all of this aggression just come out in much different form than you did back in season 1. And I mean, some of the moves could have been a little flippier, but I'm not gonna,
a little more fluidity.
I can't do that stuff, so I'm not gonna hold it against them because the match was still entertaining as fuck. And then Drago starts to try and get a little too fancy, and that's where he kind of fucks up because he ends up. I think he leapfrogged over Pentagon and landed up on the top rope. Or Pentagon was going for something. He ended up on the top rope, which was perfect for Pentagon because then he just crotches Drago on the top and is able to just fold him down into a package pile driver, and Pentagon Dark is heading forward into the Cueto Cup. Then attempted to break Drago's shoulder, which was stopped by Aerostar.
Well, first, Cobra Moon tried to run interference.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that was the super kick.
And before she could even get onto her feet, she slid in the ring and was like up on her knees, and Pentagon made her eat his fucking boot soles.
Yeah.
Without skipping a beat.
Nope.
Then Aerostar came out, and initially, the very first thing he did confused me. Because he ran down the steps and he slid in the ring, and then he ran past them. And I'm like, because I saw him coming down, and I thought he was gonna hit Pentagon from behind or throw Pentagon out of the ring.
See,
he fucking ran past them, but then bounced off the rope so he could come back and blockbuster.
There are times when, I mean, in my heart, I know it's not true, but there are times when I question whether or not Aerostar is played by Austin Aries. Because he does extra things that are completely unnecessary.
He's the time-traveling king of superfluous movement.
And so, yeah, there's extra things that Aerostar throws into these moves that are completely unnecessary. And he needs a lot of momentum when he's trying to save Drago from the arm break. So, yeah, he runs past, comes off the ropes, and hits Pentagon, ends up taking him out. And so, he kind of goes away for a second.
And he tries to help Drago.
Yeah, he helps Drago up, and Drago goes, fuck you. Kicks him, does this hammerlock lift up front slam, and just, no, I don't give a fuck about you. Slides back out, he's hanging out with Cobra Moon, and Pentagon goes, oh, you motherfucker. And so then Aerostar gets the arm break as Drago and Cobra Moon are just like, sucker. So, Phoenix?
No, Phoenix is still fucked up from Marty the Moth killing him.
That's true.
Forking him in the head.
He got forked.
Got skull forked.
He got skull forked. Before we get to our main event, we had two little segments where we had a bar scene where Son of Havoc was trying to have a drink, just kind of reflecting on the last couple weeks that have happened with Son of Madness, who happened to show up at the bar, steal his drink, and say, "Hey, we're gonna do this now." And Havoc goes, "No, I'm not going back." We find out that the name of their club is called the Invisible Cult, which I think it's kind of a cool biker club name. So essentially, we get like this.
Is it a cult or a club?
Technically, a cult can be a club.
Can it be both?
Look up the definition of club.
I think. Well, I mean, if we're talking about in biker terminology, I think a club can be in a cult, but I don't think they're interchangeable things.
I think the discussion we're having right now is completely irrelevant.
It has nothing to do with that.
It's just a name. It's just. I mean,
what's in the name?
Let's be honest. The people in Sons of Anarchy weren't literal Sons of Anarchy.
No.
That was just their club name. So, regardless, they had like this weird. What kind of like.
A very aggressive conversation.
It looked like a self-defense class in a bar.
Yeah.
Where essentially
they would exchange holds, but then every time somebody got the advantage is when they got to say their line.
Yeah. Essentially, what was said was, Havoc says he's not going back, and Son of Madness says, "Well, if you're not going back, and ever since you left, now I'm here to make your life a living hell until you change your mind."
Yeah, and he says, I'm gonna bring you back to the Invisible Cult, even if it's just your head. So now we've had a beheading threat.
And we know that Lucha Underground is not against head trauma. That is
head violence is it
is
very real premise in Lucha Underground.
It is A-okay. We've had
thanks to Cage.
We've seen heads crushed. We've heard the sounds of heads being crushed.
We've heard and then saw the aftermath of a head explosion.
Yeah. So
due to Cage's gauntlet hand.
So yeah, the removal of Son of Havoc's head is a very real possibility in the realm of Lucha Underground.
Please don't do it though.
No, we like Son of Havoc. Let's keep him around.
Yeah, get out of here, you weirdo with a beardo.
And speaking of weirdos, we had the Rabbit Tribe.
Yeah.
Paul London and Mala Suerte were playing checkers on Salvador's chest, which might be one of the weirdest things I've ever seen or said in reference to professional wrestling. But that was the mood quickly changed when Masquerita Sagrada walked in with a big old box
with 3 bows on it.
It was
one for each of them.
It was a present for all of them.
Yes, it was.
And obviously they've been wanting Masquerita to be. He is the embodiment of the Rabbit Tribe. They want to follow him. He's their god. So they assumed this is him bestowing gifts upon them.
Yeah.
There's a card that says, I hope this turns your luck around or makes your luck better.
No, I think it's hopefully this brings you luck.
And so they proceed. Well, Salvador proceeds to tear into the box and throw tissue paper and packing peanuts, while Paul London laughs in the most bizarre manner, all to reveal a lucky rabbit's foot
on the end of a keychain.
And then all 3 members of the Rabbit Tribe proceed to go, they
scream in horror.
It was
because all they think is that Masquerade Sagrada cut his foot off and put it in the box.
Yeah.
Probably.
Oh. oh man, if that's the way they turn this around, they like go to him and like make sure his foot is stuck. That's so stupid, but I want to see it. The things Lucha Underground makes me want to see are ridiculous. And then we had actually one more little segment where Katrina reminds. This felt very CM Punk and Randy Orton to me. Because Katrina reminds Pentagon Dark that when he was Pentagon Jr., he brutalized Mil Muertes with a chair, and apparently Mil Muertes ain't letting that shit go.
Well, I think, no, it was...
Oh,
he cost him a
he
chair.
he took him out of Aztec Warfare.
Yeah.
That's what
Which he was Pentagon Dark at that time, too. Because that was the most recent Aztec Warfare.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not that far away, but
it feels like super far away because we had like a 3-month break.
No, we had a 6-month break.
Was it 6 months?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Because they ended in like December and they didn't come back until the end of May.
Jesus.
Yeah. It was a very long break.
It made it feel like forever and a day.
Yeah. So, yeah, essentially Katrina tells Pentagon that Mil Muertes didn't forget, and he's coming back to exact some revenge.
Yeah.
So good luck, Pentagon Dark. And then we finish the night with our main event.
Well, he's not just coming back for revenge, too. Because they're both in the same bracket.
Oh!
So if they both each advance their next match, they'll fight each other in the following round.
Which I believe will probably be the semifinals.
I think so.
Shit. Good luck, Pentagon. Then we had our main event, Rey Mysterio versus PJ Black. These guys killed it again.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
good.
3 kill hits in a row.
Yeah. Lucha Underground was on fire this week.
They are a murder spree.
You know, I tried to think if I had ever seen Rey Mysterio versus Justin Gabriel in WWE.
Which it's a possibility that they cross paths there, but I mean, I couldn't think of a particular instance in mind.
But that being said, WWE, you missed the fuck out.
Yeah.
Because this was awesome. I mean, Rey Mysterio, he's Rey Mysterio, man. He never misses a beat. And
the man can go.
And then you've got PJ Black, who's just so solid and has come far beyond anything he ever did in WWE.
Yeah.
He is significantly better than he ever was. And so just to watch these guys work magic in the ring for as long as they were out there was amazing.
And I really enjoyed the story progression of this match. And it's something that was kind of like, I thought of like a cool little twist that I've never seen before. Because they do have the spot where the referee gets knocked down.
Yeah, Ray does this spot a lot where the person will pop him up and he does like a swinging tornado DDT.
Yeah.
And so his feet happen to catch Marty Elias.
Yeah. And he goes to pin PJ.
Yeah.
And John E. Mundo slides into the ring and like faux counts a pin.
Yeah.
And he stops at 2 and Ray's like, what the fuck's going on? And then by the time he can like register that it's not the referee, Mundo's already putting the boots on him.
Yeah. And Mundo is just hauling off on Rey Mysterio. And then it just proceeds to get worse because then Jack Evans ends up coming out.
Dragon Azteca Jr. tries to get involved and even things out, but as soon as he's about to dive on Johnny Mundo on the outside, Taya pops out of nowhere and pulls him out of the ring.
Yeah. Johnny gets PJ back up. They end up doing a double suplex with a super kick from Jack Evans that drops Mysterio.
They all get it under the ring because they assume at this point.
Yeah.
Ray ain't getting up.
Yeah. Johnny rolls PJ over on Ray. Jack wakes the referee up. They're all on the outside waiting for this pinfall to happen. Ray kicks out at 2, and they all go, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
And then Dragon Azteca Jr. goes, "No, I'm not kidding!" While he's running at him with a chair.
Yeah.
And they're
chases
all like, "Green dude with the chair. Get the fuck out of here."
Yeah, chases the
Green Power
entirety.
Ranger.
Chases the entirety of the
a Green Luchador.
Green Lucha. Yeah. And then Black is just kind of left by himself. Both guys trying to like get back to where they were.
And then PJ Black's like, I have a great idea. I'm going to do this move that I know can be countered into a Hurricane Rana.
Huh. And what,
especially right in the direction of the ropes.
And what usually follows that move?
619.
Yeah, Rey Mysterio defeats PJ Black and then proceeds to let Johnny Mundo know that in 4 weeks, he's not going to be the Lucha Underground champion anymore.
You can run if you want to.
But you can't hide. But he will go home. He won't go home empty-handed because he's going to go home with the 619. And that was how we finished Lucha Underground.
Can you really, like, hold the 619, though? You can't really hold an area.
You know what? If Rey Mysterio wants you to hold a 619, you're going to hold a goddamn 619.
It's be really weird if, like, Rey Mysterio...
He's the king of mystery, man.
Rey Mysterio beats Johnny Mundo for the title, but then Johnny Mundo also just has to then forever carry Rey Mysterio around in his hand, like, sideways.
See, I went a much darker direction. I imagine someone just branding 619 into his hand.
Oh. Rey just kind of scribbles his phone number onto a piece of paper and hands it to Johnny Mundo.
There's a 619 in there. So, yeah. An awesome midweek, rounding out episode 163.
Hell yeah.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
Click the links.
There's a lot of links.
Like the podcast.
That's one of the links.
And Reasonable Wrestling Fans.
That's reasonable. The W.
Like wrestling. And be sure to check out the new punishment videos coming up over there. Be sure to go back and check out our Battleground review from this week.
Yeah, man. Great Balls of Fire was fun.
But for now, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you at whatever video you decide to watch next.
Fuck Ranch.